And we do have an email from a viewer with a question I think you can answer. Vance wants to know, he says, I heard about a wreck where one driver had a heart attack and lost control and crashed into somebody else. If that happened because of circumstances you couldn't control, are you just as liable as a driver who had a wreck because they were texting or speeding or something else?
This is such a great question, and it comes up. It doesn't come up a lot, but I've got it right now in 2 or 3 cases where, let's say, an individual, they have a medical emergency while they're driving, and if they cause an accident, because at the heart of every case, you have to show negligence. And so if someone's driving down the road and they have some kind of medical emergency that they had no idea that they could have, then there's no negligence there. And typically, in a situation like that, that person's not going to be responsible, even though they caused the accident. But I've got a case that we actually just settled where someone had a massive heart attack while driving, hit our client, but they've already had 4 or 5 heart attacks before. They were told not to drive, and unfortunately, things like that happen. But if it's just kind of a one-time, I had a case a few years ago, a 19-year-old who was driving that had an aneurysm, a brain aneurysm, swerved over, hit someone, and in that case, they were not going to be held liable. So it just depends. So, if you're texting or speeding or doing something like that, absolutely you're going to be held responsible. But if you have a medical emergency, you need to check with a lawyer to see what the situation is. And
when you're saying held responsible, I mean, I guess there could be some criminal charges, but can you get more in your settlement in the case because they are negligent? Is that because you get for pain and suffering? And
sure.
Is that where your case is worth more?
Yeah, I mean, your case is always worth more if there's punitive damages. Any type of normal case with negligence is going to be compensatory damages, which stands for to compensate someone, to put you back in the place that you were before the accident. Punitive damages, that is to punish someone. So that's where you see drinking and driving, texting, anytime where someone's being more than negligent. Negligence is just, you made a mistake. You pulled out when you shouldn't have, the sun was in your eyes, whatever. But wanton or reckless behavior is when you're doing something that you know that there's a bad likelihood or a likelihood that something bad's going to happen. Such as drinking and driving, such as texting while you're riding down the road, things of that nature.